All right, number one, which function best describes the equation f of x is equal to 2 to the power of x minus 1? Well, you want to focus on what the exponent is. Since the exponent is x, then it's automatically exponential. Number two, how many roots could exist in a quadratic function x squared minus 5x plus 2? For this, you want to find the discriminant. And the equation for that is x squared minus 4ac. So here we could see that a is equal to 1, b is equal to negative 5, and c is equal to 2. So if I substitute those values into the discriminant formula, you get negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2. And this simplifies to 25 minus 8, which is 17. And since 17 is positive, that means that this quadratic automatically has two solutions. All right, for 3 and 4, we're going to use this graph here. First, we're going to find the zeros. Another word for zeros could be roots or x-intercepts. All of these mean the same thing. So where it crosses the x-axis, we can see that it crosses at -3, -1, 1, and 3. But according to our choices, we could pick A, x equals 3. We could pick B, x equals -1. C and D are y equal, so you could definitely just ignore those. It's only where it crosses the x-axis. And x equals 2, no, it doesn't intercept there. So the answers here are A and B. For number 4, which of the following is the y-intercept? Well, it only has one y-intercept at 9, so 0, 9. Number 5. Solve using any method. So we have 2x squared minus 5 is equal to 45. I'm going to rewrite it over here where I have more space. Okay, and I want to solve for x. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 5. So 2x squared is equal to 50. And then I'm going to divide by 2. So x squared is equal to 25. And then the opposite of x squared is square root. So I'm going to find the square root of both sides. X is equal to plus or minus 5. So it'll be positive or negative 5. So my answer choices are A and C. Positive or negative. Okay, for number 6, again, we're solving for x. This one is just inverse operations. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So 9x is equal to 27. And then we're going to divide by 9. So x is equal to 3. That's going to be option A. Number 7, which of the following graphs would be solutions to 3 minus 4 times x plus 2 is greater than negative 17? So I'm going to copy it over here where I have more space. First thing I'm going to do is distribute the negative 4. So it's 3 minus 4x minus 8 is greater than negative 17. Okay, next I'm going to combine like terms. So 3 minus 8 is actually -5. Okay, and then I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So -4x is greater than -12. And then I'm going to divide both sides by -4. And remember, since I'm dividing by a negative number, I need to switch to inequality. So x is less than 3. So this is going to be an open plot at 3, at +3. So it's either going to be C or D. And since it's less than, it's going to go to the left. Open, and since it's less than, it goes to the left. So C is my correct answer. And number 10, which of the following describes the axis of symmetry of a graph? Select all that apply. The y-intercept of the graph when x is equal to 0. So no, it's not the intercept. The solutions to the graph when the equation is set to equal to 0. No, they're not the solutions. The x-coordinate of the vertex, that's correct. So remember, when after you find the axis of symmetry, that'll be the x that you plug in to get the vertex. So C is correct. The imaginary line that cuts through your graph equally in half from the roots. That is correct. It cuts it in half. All right, so C and D are your answers. Number 11, we're going to solve 3x minus 4 over 2 is equal to 2x plus 5. Okay. For these problems, remember the first thing you want to do is clear the fraction. You want to multiply both sides by 2. By doing that, the fraction part cancels. So you're left with 3x minus 4. And then over here on this side, we could use the distributive property. So 4x plus 10. Now I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Is equal to x plus 10. And I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. So x is equal to -14. Number 12. Which of the following equation would have a slope that is undefined? So these are the vertical lines. So vertical lines are undefined. And you make a vertical line when x is equal to a number. Just a number, make letter A. Letter D is not going to be a vertical line because you could solve for y, and that's not going to give you a vertical line. Okay. So the only option is A. 13, write the equation of a line that goes through the point 0, -5, and it's parallel to y equals 3x minus 1. So remember, if the line is parallel, that means that the lines have the same slope. So the slope is going to be 3. So we have the slope already. And we have a point. We have a point here, 0 and -5. So this is x1 and y1. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the equation in point slope form first. So if you remember, point slope form is y minus y1 is equal to the slope times x minus x1. So now we're going to substitute the slope, x1 and y1 into this equation. This is the point slope. Okay, so we have y. Opposite of y1 is +5. Slope is 3. X minus x1, which is the opposite of 0, which is still 0. So x minus 0. Okay, you don't have to really write it. You see that right now it's not really going to matter, but just go ahead and write it for now. All right, so what you want to do is you want to solve for y. So first thing I'm going to do is distribute this 3. Plus 5 is equal to 3x, and then 3 times 0 is 0, so I'm not even going to write it. Then I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides to get the y by itself. So y equals 3x minus 5 is letter A. Okay. So first we put it in point slope form, and then we solve for y, because all your answer choices were solved for y. All right, 14. Write the point slope form of the equation of the line that goes through -1, 4, and is perpendicular to y equals 2 over 3x plus 4. So remember, if it's perpendicular, then the slope is opposite reciprocal. So we started with the slope is 2 over 3. The opposite would be negative, and the reciprocal would be flipped, so 3 over 2. Okay, so this is the slope that we're going to use. And then we have the points here, x1, y1. And then we want it in point slope form. So again, y minus y1 is equal to the slope x minus x1. So y, opposite of y1 is positive 1. The slope is negative 3 over 2, x, and then the opposite of 4 is negative 4. Okay, so the one that matches with this is, oh, hold on. I think I put the x and the y in the wrong place. The y is 4, so this should be negative 4. Oops. And the x is negative 1, so this should be positive 1. There you go. Now it matches. Okay, in the wrong place. So our answer is letter C. It's the one that matches up. Okay, and then which of the following would be a factor of x plus 3, of x squared plus 7x plus 12? So remember, we're looking for numbers that add up to 7 and multiply to 12. So which numbers add up to 7 and multiply to 12? And those numbers are 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 3 times 4 is 12. So that means that your factors are x plus 3, x plus 4. So here's one, and here's the other.